Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we'll talk about money and how I fund all my deals and all the different types of funding that I do, right, internally, so that you can see, so you can see how I kind of manage it, because that's one of the questions I get asked a lot is like, how in the heck do you do so many deals and find the money? Now, one of the things that I would like to say about money is it's really a mindset thing. It's really a mindset thing. I learned a long time ago. Luckily, I had a coach that that really talked to me about money and helped me to understand money and how to raise money. And I went to a lot of like coaching programs that really helped you to raise money. But money is really a mindset thing. And what I tell myself all the time, and you guys will hear this if you decide to join Storage Nerds, but as I tell myself, I'm a money magnet. I'm a money magnet. And I've been saying that since I started this like 10 years ago when I got into real estate investing, because I also in my mind was like, how am I going to get all this money to do all these deals and stuff? But now it's really a mindset thing for me. And I just kind of tell myself all the time, I'm a money magnet. And that really, like, whether or not you believe like what in affirmations, essentially, whether or not you believe in affirmations, it just like what it does is it kind of triggers your mind to think that way. So I'll say something like, there's enough to go around, right? There's enough to go around. Or I'll say like, I'm a money magnet. And really when I start doubting myself, because I'm in the process right now of launching a fund, and I have no idea how to launch a fund. I have no idea what I'm doing, right? Like this is my very first fund where I'm going to raise like almost $10 million and utilize that money for storage. And in my mind too, I catch myself doubting myself. I'm thinking like, and I have no problem. I mean, I've raised like $20 million in the last like 10 years, right? So I know how to raise money. It's just like, it's a new thing for me and it's kind of scary. And, so I feel myself and I hear myself in my mind kind of doubting myself every once in a while. And so I have a trigger of like, I'm a money magnet, or everything goes right for me, or there's enough to go around, right? I kind of say these things to myself. So what I would say is step one, when you're thinking about money and thinking about getting into this, because if you start putting yourself into this box, right? And you start thinking like, I can put 20% down, I've got $50,000, and that means I can afford a $400,000 facility, and then that's it, I'm out of money, right? So then what that means is that you're putting yourself into this box, and then you're not going to be able to get out of that box, right? That's why most storage facility owners, or most people, have one property. That's it, one property. Most people in the United States own one property, and that's it, right? So you don't want to put yourself into a box where you think the money that I have is the only money that I have to work with. Because the truth of the matter is that when you start really kind of educating yourself on how to raise money, which if you want to get into the commercial real estate world, you have to learn how to raise money. You have to learn, because commercial real estate is expensive, right? It's expensive. And there ain't nothing different between me and somebody else that's raised $100 million. There's nothing different except for the fact that I've never done it before and I have no idea how to do it. Right. But, it's all about education and perseverance, right? That's really what it is, education and perseverance. So money is really about education and perseverance. Educate yourself on how to raise money, and then tell yourself and keep telling yourself, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to figure it out. Now, I'm the type of person that like, I'm not fast at anything. Like my husband and I, we are slow. Like it looks like we're like super fast to a lot of people because we're like closing on all these deals. But the truth of the matter is that like we slow. Remember, storage facility owners, and that's why I love storage investing, because it fits my personality. Now, in the like in the way that I invest, right? Because you can get into like, if you want to do like huge big deals, it's a different type of beast, right? But I'm talking about, that's our first deal. These are like the smaller deals. They're a couple $1,000,000 or less, a couple $100,000, you know? And you know, and I love storage investors because we're unmotivated sellers. We're slow, and we take our time, and you know, we'll do what we want to do when we're ready, right? And that's kind of how we are. That's how me and my husband are. I mean, even when we were doing flips and stuff like this, that whole fast-paced grind, that just doesn't work well for us, right? We have to go at our pace. We have to do the things that, you know, that we want to do when we, you know, when we do. Also, we have like, we have a family, we have life, we travel, you know, because y'all all know that I live in an RV and we're traveling. And so like what I've learned over time about investing in self-storage and about like raising money, and like I've been trying to close on this fund and get this fund up and running, but it's just like there's always another thing, another thing. And now what I've learned is to just not give myself any deadlines, right? Like I talked to somebody, that wants to join Storage Nerds, and they're like, I'm going to buy 6 storage facilities next year. And I was just thinking to myself, I can barely even buy 6 storage facilities. And I've been doing this like, you know, for years. You know, you're just getting started. You know, you should really just kind of give yourself, you know, give yourself the right to say, look, I'm on a journey. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to educate myself, and totally doable to be able to find a storage facility within the next 90 days, which is the name of this webinar, right? If you get out there and start looking for storage, I tell you, if you actually look, if you're actively looking, you will find storage, right? We have 3 storage facilities under contract, not including the one that we're going to close on today, because we are out actively looking for storage. But you know, and actively looking for storage means talking to at least 10 owners a week.